So it's the new year and people are like, they're putting up like they're starting new plans and like, oh, it's the New Year's, 1st of January. I got to do something like, I want to change my life and all that. And, you know, like usual. Yeah, like the problem with this is that just look at your past. Have you tried to improve your life before? Like, have you? Yeah, it's the 1st of January and you set some plans and all that. And then after a month or, maybe even a few weeks later, you just completely forget about it. You just abandon all of these goals. Okay. If you just reflect back to like 2023 or 2022, 2021, etc., like you gotta wonder, you you are the same. You haven't changed. You think why you think this year is you gonna be different? That somehow this ego, how difficult change is, how like, do you have any idea how difficult change, like how much the body, the mind resists change? You think what? You have changed? Like, you think change is automatic, that you just change automatically? No, of course not. Every cell in your body is resistant change. You have to put a lot of effort into making that change and making it stick. You haven't done any work to make any change, so you are pretty much the same. So why is it that this year you think is going to be different while last year is not? Year before it maybe you also put up some plans and you just failed. Why? if you keep if you keep doing the same thing you have done before, guess what? You're going to get the same results. Don't just hope like, oh, maybe this year is going to be different. No, nothing is going to be different. It's going to be pretty much the same. Pretty much the same. Nothing is going to change. No, I'm not some fucking asshole here to just come and like make you feel devalued. No, what I'm trying to say is like that you have to be careful because like you need to change your strategy, like the way you go about making a change. You have to try, like you have to use a strategy, an effective strategy that will actually make change happen. Like you can make actual progress, right? But first you have to understand what has led to your previous failures back, because you probably have tried to make some change and you something happened and you just forgot about it, you just ignore it, you started basically you probably just started to procrastinate and you started to getting distracted with other things and like, oh, I'm busy with this and that, and you just completely forget about your goals. In that case, you have to put up some plan. In that case, like for example, I tried to install meditation habit. I said, oh, this year I'm going to be meditating, I'm going to be doing waking up early, I'm going to be doing contemplation, I'm going to be exercising, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be working on business and this, and it's just, and then after like weeks, and I was so committed to this, I wasn't like some ordinary person. No, I was so fucking committed, and yet I completely failed. Completely just failed at it. I just procrastinated, forgot about them, and never done them again. But I learned from my mistake year 2020, 3, and I decided to do it differently. And then I done it differently. For example, instead of trying to make so many changes, you make one change, one small change. And that is, for example, every day I'm gonna do like every day at this time I'm gonna do meditation for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes every single day. No matter what, I'm gonna be meditating every single day. That's it. So maybe you should what I think, what I recommend you guys do is like not make so much change and not some like significant, like just focus on the one thing. There's always just one thing that if you just worked on, everything else is gonna be fixed. Everything else is gonna be fixed. Now, what could that one thing be for you? What is it? Like pick one thing that you really want to change. So go to like a open your notepad or go to mind mapping website or an app and start mind mapping, like create the main subject, like your goal is you want to make money. Okay, what's the one thing you could do that will help you make money? What is it? What could it be? Well, it could be YouTube. Okay, what's the one thing you could do to make you a YouTuber? Well, actually, upload videos. What's the one thing you could do to upload videos? Well, I have to make them. What's the one thing you could do to make videos? Well, I have to record them. I have to edit them. Okay, what's the most important thing? Recording videos. Coming up with that. You just like make a list of things and focus and just do the most important thing first. First thing in the morning. Like when you first wake up, you do that thing. So, recording videos, wake up early, do that first, and then I don't know, outsource the rest. If, for example, like you have to be clever about this, because if you're trying to do so much, like you try to install like a 10 habits, you're not gonna they're not sustainable, because you're trying to make too much change. Just focus on one thing, the most important thing. Like let's say you want to improve your social skills. What's the one thing you could do to improve your social skills? What is it? What could possibly be? Do your research, find out what's that one thing is, and keep doing it every single day, no matter what. I don't care what happens. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're depressed. I don't care whatever excuse you have. Fuck that and keep doing it no matter what. And you keep doing it for the entire year, now without missing a single day. And if you kept doing that, then you have succeeded. If you didn't, you pretty much failed. Okay, I mean, you could just miss a few days here and there, but like you have to really like train one to be restricted. But it has to be one thing. It can't be like 10 things or four, like just one. Ideally you just want one thing, and that's all you focus on. Like for me, that would be like working on my mindset, my mental health, like all that. This is like the most important thing. And I still not sure what's that one thing is. It could be like, I don't know, some visualization work, or like do some like uh journaling or something like that thing. Like maybe it could be for me like finding my purpose, for example. Like that's huge thing, because if you find out what your purpose is this year, then that's pretty much going to be like your whole life is going to be dedicated to this purpose, and that's going to change your whole life. You no longer need like fake motivation and all that. If you know what you want out of life, if you have a clear goal, then you can do whatever like you can be so committed to this and so motivated, and you will be extremely successful. If you know what your purpose is, of course you're going to be very happy. So yeah, this year you have to be careful, because first of all, what I want you to take from this video is stop trying what stop using the same old strategy that has never worked for you. Like find out what are some ineffective stupid strategies that you were using before that actually don't work, that are actually hurting you, not productive. Like for example, criticism. You criticize yourself probably like me, and you think criticizing yourself help you. Like just look at the past. Like how many times have you failed, and how many times you have criticized? You think it's going to help you? It's not. Like why are you making the same mistake a million times? Like you're not supposed to make the same mistake twice, let alone 1,000 times or a million times. Like this is stupid. It really is dumb. Like you're just being dumb and stupid. Stop making the same mistake. Reflect back and see what are some ineffective strategies. How do you go about making yourself do work? How do you go about motivating yourself? What strategy do you use? Like what approach do you use, and how do you go about doing it? If you keep doing the same old shit, then you're gonna get the same old result, which is you fail and feel disappointed, and you hate yourself and you hate the world. And you're surprised because you think it's somehow like there's luck involved, or it's just God hates you, or like some silly explanation like this, when in fact you just forgot that it's just you. You're just like, there's nothing wrong with life. There's no glitch. There's no like some sort of supernatural phenomenon going on here. There's nothing. It's just formula. It's just a freaking formula. If you replicate it right, you're gonna get exactly the results that are that you could get from doing by replicating this formula. If you want to bake a cake, if you just do exactly the same steps, you're gonna get the same exact cake. It's no different. There's no like something supernatural at all. Like if you just somehow do this, replicate the same formula, but you're just gonna get different results somehow. This is not such a thing. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is silly. I mean, of course it's silly, but that's what you're doing. Like for example, if you fail at YouTube, for example, You like to blame the algorithm. You say, oh, the algorithm is like suppressing me. Oh, the YouTube algorithm is just, I'm unlucky. Like, oh, this is all bullshit. Your videos suck. Like, your videos are shit. They're boring. That's why nobody's like watching them like mine. They're shit. I'm not complaining like, oh, my videos are like, why is the algorithm is like not, favoring my videos? Why would they recommend? Why would they recommend my video? They're shit. They're boring. I'm training here. I'm trying to improvise. Of course, they're not good. They're not as good as they need to be, so to get like thousands of views or hundreds of thousands. That's not gonna happen until I improve. But the problem is, the trick is, you're gonna think that your videos are better than they actually are. And that's the same thing goes with your strategy. You're gonna think like, automatically humans like to blame some other thing, like some external factor, like, oh, it's just luck. Like, what the hell is that luck? What do you mean, like, you mean God? Like, God is somehow like punishing you? What are you talking about? This is silly. Like, dude, it's you. You're just not doing it right. You're just not working right. Why would you have to blame life or God? Like, it's just you. You're not doing it right. Learn to do it better. And then you're gonna get exactly the same result that you would, like, a successful person would get. Just find out what a successful person would do, for example, replicate it, and you're gonna get the same results. Simple as that. It really is that simple. But the problem is, you just need to work on your mindset, because you still think it's life. You still just think, oh, it's just some external factor. It's not. It's you. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. But basically, if you're trying to make a change, you just have to, basically just make one small change. Don't try to make too much change. Just one. Okay, just one small change, and try to be consistent with it no matter what. Don't be freaking perfectionist and try and do it perfectly, and try it, like, just start small. Okay, don't overthink it, complicated, and think about it too much, and like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and that, and that. Like, just, dude, like meditation, for example. Oh, I'm gonna wake up early to meditate, then I'm gonna do it this way, and I'm gonna download this app, and I'm gonna listen to this music, and I have to do an hour. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Oh, I'm gonna read this book. Like, dude, just every day before you go to bed, just pick a time, like, just for 5 minutes every day. That's all. Even if you're not perfect, if you're not good, I just do it haphazardly. Every day, just keep doing it. That's it. And then over time, you can improve. You can improve. You can, like, improve from meditating to 5 minutes. After 6 months, you're meditating for an hour consistently every day, and you're doing it effortlessly. Yeah, like, make small changes. Don't try to like go from step one to step 100 in just one list. This is impossible. It's not gonna happen like that. Change is actually difficult. Like, let's just be honest. The mind is resistant to change. Change takes time. You have to start small. You have to be consistent for change to occur. So make small changes and focus on the long term. Now, as I said, like, since you're only limited to few changes, then you better pick the best of the best. Pick the best thing, that like the best habit that you could install that will, significantly improve your life. Now, of course, you can say, but I don't know that. But figure it out. Figure it out. There is a way to figure it out. Once you do, you can actually make an effective change. Okay?